has so much heart and spirit. In America, she is the producer of a huge festival called Contact in the Desert. And she used to be the director of a very big spiritual retreat center where they would host many workshops, many retreats, many festivals. And she was the leader and the director and the visionary for these amazing programs where there were thousands of people. Thousands and thousands of people all came because of her. And now she's going to be on a show on television all about the secret library. Because Victoria has gone all over the world to very secret places, finding very old books, very special manuscripts from amazing masters and amazing spiritual teachers, and going back finding the very first ancient manuscripts from so many different spiritual paths. And now they're going to do a show called The Secret Library of all these amazing books. So the reason I share this is Victoria comes with so much wisdom and so much light and so much heart that she has come all the way from California, from America, near Los Angeles, to give her gifts to everyone here. We love you, Victoria. Siobhan. Let's give her our love, Victoria.
It's wonderful to be here. I see so many faces, and I promised my husband, I said I would come to India, and I would work with as many souls as I could. So I am deeply honored to be present here. I'll stop crying in a minute and start to teach. So thank you for allowing me to be in your reality for this moment in time. Each one of us is a spark of God. And when we breathe, we are fanning that flame. You understand? We fan that flame to raise the frequency of the body. We are all on some spiritual path. But these wisdom teachings, these secret teachings of all ages, have very high frequencies. And our bodies, each one of us, have a frequency of their own. When you breathe and you're fanning that flame, what happens to that flame, right? It expands. It gets greater, it gets hotter, it raises its vibration. So the purpose of acknowledging and focusing on your breath is to raise the frequency of your bodies so that when you are around these teachings, it will be a match instead of it going over your head. And the reason for that is because your brain is part of this physical body. And what happens is, because it is part of the physical body, its frequency is of a certain capacity. But we are here to understand why we're here. We're here to understand our purpose. And we are also here to understand the nature of God. Now I know, and I have been told many a times, you cannot know God. And I still remember that very moment, very early in life. And there was this famous scientist with us. And he said, you can't know God, you can't know God. I sat there, and I looked at him, and I said, well, if I can't know God, then I might as well be dead. I have no purpose. It's kind of like Buddha when he held, are you familiar with that story? When he held the student under the water because he said he wanted, how can I know God? And he held his head under the water and held it there and held it there. You remember that story? And then when finally his arms are flailing and he sees that his fellow's getting very weak, he lets him go. And the man bursts out of the water and takes this air. He takes life. God is life. It is that animating force within each one of us. God is life, whose nature is love. Am I right? Do you remember the story of the turtle and the scorpion? How many of you know that story? Oh my. Okay, I will share it then. A scorpion goes up to the turtle, says, I want to cross the river. The turtle says, no way. If I cross the river with you, you're going to bite me in the neck and I'm going to die. And the scorpion says, oh, no, because if you die, then I die. I'll drown with you. So the turtle thought about it and said, oh, okay, all right, I'm going to carry you on my back. So the turtle starts off, and then halfway across the river, the scorpion bites him in the neck. And he says, what did you do that for? Now we're both going to die. And he says, I'm so sorry. It's my nature. It's my nature. God's nature is to love, not to judge, not to expect anything of you, but your love. And when you breathe, you are taking in that life, that intelligence that knows all. It is the source of who we are. Now, when we breathe, we take in three things. Three things. We take in air, oxygen, and prana. The air goes to your lungs. The oxygen goes into your blood. And the prana goes into the nervous system. Now I'm going to need a three-dimensional form. Do you mind? Come up for me? Okay. This is a three-dimensional form, right? It has a physical body, three-dimensional. Life is five-dimensional. How do we know that life is five-dimensional? Because light, or intelligence, is five-dimensional. The scientists have now proven about 2-3 years ago. That's what they found out. So light or intelligence cannot be, if it's five-dimensional, cannot be separated from warmth. You got that? Or life. In order to have intelligence, it must have what? Life. So if she's a three-dimensional form, and I'm five-dimensional life that want to penetrate that form, I can't get in. So what do I need? I need the fourth dimension. And that's where prana comes in. Prana is the vehicle which, like veins, travels through all forms. And then life enters through prana and enters and can enter into the three-dimensional form. Do you got that? Everybody all right on that? You understand that? Good. Now turn to the person next to you and explain what are the three things and how it works. Go for it. You've got 2 minutes. Tell the person next to you what I just said about three dimensions, the three things that you bring. Okay, anybody having any problems here? You didn't know I was going to do that, did you? The human being has 6 to 10 seconds of concentration. Can you imagine that? In 6 to 10 seconds, depending on how your consciousness is, that's all the attention I get. So if I sneak up on you, you'll pay attention. Okay, the next thing. We are going to get started. So the partner that you just spoke to, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the harmonic breath. So one more. We wanted to start, they started at the wrong one, so keep going, keep going. One more. No, are you going backwards or forward? Keep going, keep going. Sorry, okay, that's good. Okay. Now, what makes this breath work so unique is that it works with the glands, okay? As I had mentioned earlier, it's not about energy centers, it's not about kundalini or any of that, or chakras. This is about your bodies. Because if your bodies are not in tune, if your body's frequency is low, you will not feel good. If you are not feeling good, you are in survival mode. If you are in survival mode, it's very difficult to be spiritual. So right now, the first one we're going to do is we're going to work with the pineal and the pituitary glands. I want you to look at your partner, and I want you to tell them which nostril is larger, the left or the right nostril. Figure that out. You've got 2 minutes. One nostril is bigger than the other. Now, in a 24-hour period, you are breathing out of both nostrils. But you always have a predominant nostril that you breathe out of. You need to figure out what is the nostril that you breathe most out of. And I can tell you about yourself. Everybody clear? Okay? How many people are the left nostril breathers? Okay, turn around and look at the crowd. How many left nostril breathers are there? Okay, how many are the right nostril breathers? Oh, it looks like India has a nice little set going on here. It's pretty even. All right. If you are a right nostril breather like I am, it means that you use your nervous system to go through life. That means you attack things through your nervous system. But the problem is with that is that we forget to take care of our bodies. We're like workaholics. We're running around doing things. We don't go to the bathroom on time, we don't eat on time. We're always getting our work done first in our nervous system, and we can thrive on pressure. We're good with it. If you are a left nostril breather, it means that you use your body to get through life. Now, if I want to move a bunch of boxes, who am I going to call? Left nostril breathers. I'm going to look at them. Right? Don't tell anyone. So, that's your left and right. But each have their own thing. The left nostril breather doesn't like pressure because their nervous system is low. The right nostril breather, they just don't know how to stop. They're just going. But there must be a balance in our lives. And so this first breath that I'm going to be teaching you is called the harmonic breath, and it's about bringing that harmony in your own bodies. If you are a left nostril breather, it means that your pituitary gland is working really well. That's what makes your body so strong. Because the pituitary gland secretes 9 substances into the rest of the other glands, your adrenals and your pancreas and all the rest. So that's the difference between the left and the right nostril. Now the reason why I want you to know that is because what's going to happen is that when we start to do the breath work, at the very end of it, you're going to do 7 of just the nostril that you're weak on. Not the one that you're good at, but the one that you're weak on. So what I want you to do in this first breath, this is not part of the 8-key breath, this is just the warm-up breath that we do all the time, okay? It's called the harmonic breath. What we're going to do is you're going to do your right thumb first. Now why do I use my right thumb? Because this is my lung meridian. Now you've seen people do this, right? But we're going to work on our lungs right now. How many of you have issues with your lungs? Raise your hand. Okay, so this is perfect for you. So what you're going to do is going to be, where you're going to stand, and I'll get up here so that you can see me better. You're going to use your right thumb first, and you're going to inhale in through the left nostril, and then you're going to hold, and then you're going to exhale out that. So I want all of you to stand. Okay? Now, this is the position. My heels are together. That grounds you. Because remember, in this breath, what makes it so unique is that you're getting into source. You're getting that high that you get with Kundalini Yoga is another great breath, but you're also very grounded. So this one you can do in the mornings, and then you can do your other breath work in the evenings. So my heels are together, my knees are locked back. Lock them back. Got that? Now here's the little important thing. My buttocks are tight. Okay? So are you with me? Can you hear? Everybody with me so far? You're in position? My spine is straight. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to inhale through my left nostril, and then I'm going to close it, and then I'm going to exhale out the other. I'm going to inhale forward, and when you inhale the forward, I want you to really inhale it, push it through. Now I know some of you have issues with your breathing and all that. Don't worry about it, just do the best that you can, okay? So, we're going to inhale forward, we're going to hold 16, we're working on our lungs, and then the right foot goes off. So the first is the right thumb on, we inhale 4, we hold 16, and we exhale out 8. You got that? Okay, you got that? I don't hear you. Yes. Thank you. I want to know you're there. Okay, this is very, let's just say, I want you to feel comfortable. So I need to know that you're out there. So when I'm asking you, let me know there's voices. Okay? So, right thumb first. We're going to inhale 4, we're going to hold 16, we're going to exhale out 8. Then we're going to inhale 4, we're going to hold 16, we're going to exhale out 8. Got that? Anybody confused on that? Raise your hand if you are. Yes. Okay.
4 means 4 seconds.
4 seconds. So I'll go inhale 2, 3, 4, and hold 2, 3, 4, up to 16, 15, 16, then right goes. I'll say right.